We are back now with an ABC News exclusive. Reality star Teresa Giudice opening up about her life in prison in her new memoir, Turning the Tables, after spending 11 and a half months behind bars. We sat down with her just a few weeks after her release, and while she is working to get her life back to normal, the Giudice family still has a tremendous amount of challenges ahead.
For what? What am I apologizing for? Oh my God!
With her no-nonsense attitude,
we're here to discuss, right? We're not here just to play games.
And explosive personality. Teresa Giudice shot to stardom as a Real Housewife of New Jersey. But beneath it all, authorities say there was a different reality. A federal investigation into the Giudices concluded their opulent lifestyle was partially funded by ill-gotten gains. Prosecutors charged she and her husband Joe with a 39-count indictment for allegedly obtaining more than $5 million fraudulently.
Over the better part of a decade, they were engaged in a scheme to defraud financial institutions and the IRS.
They eventually pled guilty to multiple crimes, including conspiracy to commit wire fraud and bankruptcy fraud. Did you know you were breaking the law? Did you know you were committing a crime?
Definitely not. I didn't know I was committing a crime. The government saw it differently. I got sentenced. I got served time.
And she began that sentence on January 5th last year, turning herself into a federal prison in Danbury, Connecticut, to serve 11 and a half months behind bars. You went from Teresa Giudice, the reality star, the wife, the mother, to an inmate number. How did that feel?
It broke my heart because, you know, I was always growing up the good girl, always did everything right.
Do you remember your inmate number?
Yes. 65703-050.
And her life as an inmate was a far cry from the one we see on TV. Your life was stripped down to the bare minimum. No makeup, no purses, fancy clothes. What was left when you were there in prison with all of that removed?
It was Teresa Giudice. The person that I am. Everything that you just said, I don't need any of it. I was fine just being just who I am.
Some people would say, oh, you know, you had it easy. You went to Danbury. It's like being sent to the country club of jails. How would you describe your incarceration?
It was no country club, trust me, at all. I mean, there was mold in the bathrooms. There was not running water constantly. The showers were freezing cold. It was hell. It was like, you know, it was definitely living in hell.
What was the worst part about the experience? Was
just
it
being away from my daughters and, you know, Joe? That's the worst part.
And to get through the days, she says sticking to a routine helped.
I had a job in the kitchen. I wiped tables 3 days a week, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. That was my job. I got paid 12 cents an hour. I spent it at the commissary. My first paycheck was $1.60. I mean, the only thing they give you is toilet paper and maxi pads. So I just bought my essentials. But I have to say the girls were amazing there. You know, anytime anybody new comes, we all help each other. You think, you know, people are terrible that are in prison, which is, I totally don't feel that way now.
Was there ever a moment where you feared for your life?
I wasn't scared. It's not like I was terrified. But, you know, I know I could hold my own. But, I mean, there was fights that went on. So, I mean, believe me, they were trying to start drama with me. But I walked away.
You're used to drama.
Yeah, it was nothing like being on the Real Housewives of New Jersey, let me tell you. And I thought Real Housewives of New Jersey was drama. Let me tell you, when you go to prison, it's a whole different, there's a lot of drama.
Now she's taking all that she's learned from her incarceration and writing about turning a new leaf in her memoir, Turning the Tables. You write about some of the bad experiences with the paparazzi, with the media, being unfairly targeted. But then why continue with the Real Housewives series? Why write a book? Why stay in the spotlight?
Good question. It's my life now. It's what I know. And I live in New Jersey. I don't live in Hollywood, so the paparazzi is not always staked out of my house. During this legal situation, that's where the paparazzi came around a lot more.
Your husband, Joe, is now facing 41 months in prison. There's also the possibility that he could be deported. Would you move to Italy with the girls if that ended up becoming reality?
We're just taking one day at a time. I'm just, you know, happy to be home. We're just enjoying every moment, like living in the moment. We really are.
And you can see more of my interview with Teresa tomorrow night on Nightline.